Welcome back to Marketing Champions. I'm Howard Walpuff, your host, back here on dailyadbrief.com. We're talking about marketing around the country with some great marketers. And today we're going to focus a little bit more on public relations. And we have Margot Black from Black Ink PR with us. So Margot, welcome to the conversation.
Thank you so much, Howard. Thank you for having me. It's really great to be here.
Well, we appreciate having you. So how did you get initially started in the world of PR?
I think I started at around 5 years old. I just started talking, and I don't think I've ever shut up. I truly love a story. I love a great story, and that's what really the root of PR is.
It definitely is, and making sure to facilitate those stories getting out to the media, to general people, and yes, the playground and the hallways of school are definitely a great place to start that. How long has Black Ink PR been in operation?
We've been around for about 15 years now. I've kind of lost track, but I would say for all of PR, Howard, that great storytelling really hasn't changed from the times from Plato to Pixar. A good story is a good story, and a great story is a great story with the same elements. So whenever you're doing PR, it's in any format, 140 characters to 140 pages, you got to have a great story.
And it's so true. A lot of people don't realize that. And when you mention the 140 characters on social media, people much rather read a short story, but get to know more about who is behind it and what the feelings are behind the direction of what they're trying to say. And that's really personal PR in itself. So for the clients that you work with, you mentioned here, I've looked at some couple things on your website, the earned media, social media, and owned media. What would you say is the biggest difference between the three?
Okay, this is a really big part that people don't understand often when they're addressing any part of their marketing or their publicity. And earned media is everything you earn from the media. It means that somebody else wrote it about you. You tell a story, and somebody else, it fits into their story, you're commenting on it, all of the news stations that you're watching when they're talking heads and experts, that's earned media. In fact, right here with you is earned media for me. You found me from my qualifications, you invited me, so that's earned media. For a publicist, basically, earned media is elbow grease. Unless you committed a crime or you're sleeping with a Kardashian, earned media is going to take some effort to get. You literally need to earn it with your expertise. Owned media is exceptionally important. And when people don't know what to pay attention to first, I always say go to your owned media because you literally own it. That's your website. That's anything that you write about you. You mentioned my bio. I don't remember if it's on camera or off, but I wrote that. So that's owned. I own those assets. I own the photos. You can control that. Then the next thing is social media. And you may think it's just social, but truly it really is the state of the internet right now. And what most people don't realize about their social media is it functions as a live, up-to-date portfolio. So most likely, one way or the other, people are going to go to your website, they're going to read a thing or two, they're going to look at your pictures, and then they're going to go to your social media, whether that's LinkedIn or Twitter or Instagram. So you need to really pay attention to all of those. And then, this is a really key part for most people. Only when those three things are in order do you turn ever to paid media to amplify those three things. But you've got to get your earned, owned, and social media in order before you start amplifying any message.
All that is very valuable information for people who really don't understand or visualize what their messaging really is. And obviously, this has come from a lot of time and evolution in public relations. Where do you see the strength of a good PR campaign going over the next couple of years?
That's a really interesting question, Howard, because PR has been like the ever changing profession. In the next few, I don't know where it's going to go in the next few years because it's so startling and surprising what technology does, and who would have ever seen that, like, suddenly, we're in a pandemic and we're like such a high Zoom world. If you ever told me I would be booking, executives and corporation leaders on news stations from their room, from Zoom, I would have fainted 5 years ago. But I will tell you what I think won't change. I'll tell you what I think won't change. And what I think won't change is that people really need to pay attention to their visual assets, what we're looking at, and the basic words of the story, because people want facts. So especially on big stories right now, corporations are going to be more and more responsible for putting out their facts, for double checking. Like right now, what's happening with Facebook, America's looking to the corporations to make sure there's a lot of self vigilante going on, that you are telling the truth, that you have your facts, that you're double checking. So I think there's that. And then I also think, if I was going to forecast a little bit, that this next generation is going to really lean in hard for the people they admire, celebrities, sports figures, and corporations, to do the right thing publicly and personally before they, buy or jump on their ship.
I think that the information is really spot on, because people need to be watching what they're absorbing in information, and I think we're learning a lot more of that now, especially the last couple of days, than ever before. And having that right, clear plan and messaging all throughout is going to help an individual or corporations get the right message as opposed to the wrong message. So I really appreciate you sharing that in general. But Margot, thank you so much for joining us. You really have a lot to offer. And as it says on your website, you are the woman that everyone wished they hired years ago. So you come with, we really are a great reference to this topic. So thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you so very much for having me, Howard. It was wonderful to be here. Good luck, everybody. Stand out and shine bright.
And thank you all for joining us today as well. PR and having the right plan is extremely important. If it's not incorporated into what you're doing for your company, you really need to spend some time researching and figuring out what is the right path or the right people to help you on that path. So learn more about Black Ink PR on our website, dailyadbrief.com. Go out, have a great rest of the day, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.